Hello and welcome to this weather report. It's 10 o'clock, November 24th, aka Black Friday. And it was a day where we had a lot of cirrus around, sunshine and cirrus, and a lot of contrails at times. And definitely getting colder tonight. So the cold air is definitely moving in. But first, let's go over yesterday's weather. And yesterday we got into the low 50s, low to mid 50s yesterday. Low 50s on Long Island, mid 50s in New Jersey, and the lows yesterday morning for Thanksgiving. And it turned out to be a beautiful day. Thanksgiving, it really turned out to be a beautiful, nice, clear day across the area. And I did try to go for a little hike. I wish it wasn't Thanksgiving. I would have done a bigger hike for sure because the sky was really nice. But 28 degrees was down at West Hampton. Everybody else had lows pretty much around 40, up at 30s to around 40, mid 40s in the city, and mid-30s in New Jersey. And again, this is for yesterday, Thanksgiving. Now, for today, we're dealing with a lot of cirrus in the sky. Pretty much that's what we're dealing with today. A lot of cirrus and a lot of contrails at times, though at times the clouds are pretty and very unusual. Take a look at these clouds. This almost looks like this is like a little rainbow in the clouds. Look at this. This isn't from the camera. This is an actual rainbow in the clouds. Taking this afternoon, this afternoon, I guess 4 o'clock. I mean, that's pretty crazy right there. And you think about it, that's pretty crazy. Here's another look at it. I mean, very unusual, very different cloud formation there. Really very unusual. And you can see, we'll just zoom in here for you to show it to you close up here, show you what was going on. Because again, this is not a camera artifact. This is an airplane right here. But this is that's really weird. So, it's very strange. I've never seen that before, like a rainbow. It almost looks like when you put those 3D glasses on, those 3D glasses from years ago. Really strange. But anyway, we did have a cold front move through, so the temperatures have dropped, and it's quite chilly outside right now. So 34 degrees. Dew point is down to 15, so I'll just show you islip again, show you what the day was like, and you'll see here. We were in around 50 earlier on. We were in the low 50s, but then you see the temperatures and the dew points tumble as we get toward after 5 o'clock. We drop into the 40s and then the 30s, and we're going down to the 20s. And everybody is going below freezing tonight. I think this is some pretty chilly air moving in. You would think it would push away all the clouds, but as you'll see when we go look at the models, that's not necessarily going to be the case. So the highs today were earlier on, low 50s, mid 50s, generally across the area. Lows, those are the current temperatures we have now, probably 27. Well, this might have been from this morning. 34 at Islip, 27 at West Hampton. Been a little bit of radiational cooling this morning, but tonight it's going to be much, 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 much colder as the cold air moves in. So let's go look at what's going to be happening this weekend. You see high pressure builds right over us tomorrow. You'd think it would give us a clear sky, but unfortunately it's not. And then it starts moving offshore Sunday, and then our next chance of rain would be Sunday night into Monday. Right, that would be our next chance of rain. Sunday night in the early, it would be an overnight event. So let's go to the HRRR now. Not going to make this a long weather report. Oh yeah, well before I go look at that, let's go to our climate statistics for the day. Just going to go over Islip. So Islip had a high today of 52, 1 degree. So just 1 degree above normal for the day. If we go to yesterday the high was 52, but the low of 45 put us 6 degrees above normal for the day. And month to date, now we're at 1.77 with the rainfall. So anyway, let's go look at the HRRR model. You'll see no precipitation over us, high pressures over us. We don't have to worry about rain chances until we get to later Sunday night. And I'll talk about that in the next weather report, update, weather report, whatever. I don't want to call it anymore at this point. But I'll go from update to report. I don't know. But, anyway, so high pressure builds over us. We'll look at the dew points and the wind flow, and you'll see we have those northerly winds tonight coming north. Almost north-northeast, so it's a very cold wind direction. That's right. We're gonna struggle to make it to 40 tomorrow, but then the winds, as we get towards Sunday, swing back over to the south and southeast, and that'll bring in more moisture for the rain that we're going to have overnight. But again, we'll talk about that in the next weather update. So tonight, you'll see everybody goes below freezing tonight. I don't know if there are any frost or freeze advisories in effect, because I don't think the city's been below freezing yet, but everybody's going to the mid to upper 20s tonight. And then tomorrow, we're going to have, and I don't think the winds, if they drop off and there's radiational cooling, teens are possible in the Pine Barrens. But as far as tomorrow goes, we struggle to make it to around 40 degrees. We're going to be well below normal tomorrow, like 10 degrees below normal. And then tomorrow night, depending on how much cloud cover we have, will be very chilly again, probably upper 20s to around 30 for the areas that don't have radiational cooling. For the areas that do have radiational cooling, low 20s and perhaps upper teens in the Pine Barrens possible again. And then for Sunday, a little bit warmer with mid-40s as that warmer air moves in, but we won't see much sunshine with the clouds. So we're going to go ahead and look at some soundings here, and you'll see what the problem is here, and it's very frustrating. So I'll pick 16Z. So let's get the sounding here, and we'll show you. So you'll see very dry air at the surface here, very dry air. But aloft, we've got a lot of moisture around. So that means, yep, more cirrus again. We're going to have a lot of cirrus, contrails, all that stuff. So the sky, even though we're going to have a nice cool air at the surface, aloft, we're going to have a lot of moisture. The air is not dry aloft, and therefore we're going to have a lot of these cirrus and contrails. So it could be a pretty junky looking sky at times, unfortunately. Because of that, you see that. And then for Sunday, we'll have more of the clouds. So let's go look at the RGM, and we'll visualize this here for you. The RGM kind of shows it perfectly. And you'll see that cirrus, you see that little haze layer there. And then, there could be those annoying cirrus clouds with contrails around, perhaps, and filtered sunshine. So it won't be a nice, clear blue sky tomorrow. Although it should be. And if you were further north in upstate New York or maybe Massachusetts or most of New England, you would have a nice clear sky. But unfortunately, this is happening because look at the flow. That's the problem. It's a shallow, cold air mass. You got the jet stream is not in the right direction. So, and as we get into Sunday, you'll see more in the way of clouds. Though it might be a little bit of sun at times, but it will be more heavily filtered. So we'll have to wait until next week for the possibility of a nice clear day, because unfortunately it's not going to happen tomorrow with all that moisture aloft. So the reason why we have that moisture aloft, again, we'll go here and we'll end it right here. I'll go to Kona's view and just put GFS on the screen. We'll just look at the jet stream here for a moment. Yeah, this is the problem. The jet stream is a zonal. It's almost a zonal to almost southwest. So you have this next system here that's spitting out moisture over us. So if you got a deeper trough and not a shallow one, you would have a nice clear sky tomorrow, and it would be a beautiful day. But unfortunately, I think we're going to have that junky look again to the sky like we had today. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. But one thing's for sure, it will be very chilly. So that's going to wrap up this weather update for the weekend. And no video on the weather tomorrow. And Sunday we'll have the longer version of the weather report. So have a good night.